right, we're back with another Boss Steel Blades exclusive. Today we're looking at a Great Eastern Cutlery 54 in brown burlap micarta. This is knife number 541225. This is the Jumbo Stockpen Jack. Let's get into the model. So Great Eastern Cutlery recently re-released the 54s, and I picked this up from Boss Steel Blades. This knife is Northfield trim. So what we're talking about is mirror polished blades, Northfield UN-X-LD billboard, cut swedge, long pull, fluted bolsters, brown burlap micarta, handle covers, spear shield, and a secondary blade of a very large pen, also with a long pull and a cut swedge. Northfield trim. So here's your tube. Northfield UN-X-LD premium pocket knives, hammer tested, frozen forged, 1095. The address. That's it. Nothing else to it. Clear the deck a little bit. Here is the extras that Joel always sends. I can totally dig that. I especially like the tattoo on the shoulder of the frog. So when I saw this model coming out, this one and another one in the general release caught my attention, just because I like the cover materials and I was interested to see this coming out. I'm a fan of the 54. It's a good large size knife, good full size jackknife. Now, in previous releases, or at least the last release, the secondary blade was a full size spear. This is not full size, but it's just under. I mean, this is as big as a lot of full size blades from Great Eastern Cutlery. A little bit of oil on there. You could get a lot done with this. I mean, you could carry just this and most people could get through most of the tasks of their day. I really like the full size spear on the previous release. If it wasn't going to be that, I think that this is appropriate. I call this a pen. I mean, this arguably, I mean, you could say spear on this. It's so large, but you know, I think the idea was pen blade. Additionally, I really like this clip point blade. I just like the way GEC does it, and I think that this is the way a clip point should look. I mean, this model overall, just aesthetically, is amazing. I mean, what a great looking knife. Both the profile closed, the two blades in there. I mean, look at that. There's a lot going on there that looks busy at a glance. And I really dig the two long pulls being there. Great Eastern Cutlery did a good job of making everything accessible, you know, with the two long pulls facing the same way. You don't have to turn the knife around to get with one of them. So I think they did a good job with that. The fit and finish on these is really nice. It's a good strong pull on this one. The walk and talk isn't that great. It's a little bit better on the pen blade, the main blade. The sound on it is a little bit, I mean, in fact, this model was a little bit muddy when I got it, and I flushed this pretty well just to see if I could clean the action up. The pull on it is nice and stiff, but it does want to stick at half. So open to half is okay, but then when you try and go from half to open, or I'm sorry, closed to half is okay. When you try and go from half to open, it gets difficult. There's a spot in there where it's tough. And I wanted to see if flushing would help clear that up. And it did lighten it up a little bit. But just the look of this knife. What a great job with this. I really like the profile of it and everything else. The pins all look good. This back pin near the spine, or near the springs, is flush. The rest are sunk. Both blades are a strike down the middle. The shield may as well not even be there. This spear shield, not to be confused with the houndstooth. And I guess you can catch with a fingernail, but there's fluting there, so I mean, you don't even notice it. This micarta looks really good. I really like that. And one of the things I was worried about with this was that the micarta would be too smooth. And it is a smooth over micarta, but it still has texture to it. I mean, it's got grip, and it's got if you run a fingernail over it, you can feel it. You can feel the bumps and dips and everything else in there. And I like that. I wouldn't want it to be too smooth. This knife is, you know, of course it's 2 blades, but it's also 2 springs and 2 wells. So there's both your wells, both your springs. And on these models, the spring for the secondary is a smaller spring and consequently a smaller well than for your primary. Fit and finish looks good up here at the top. You see how everything is put in there. Springs look good, no gaps. Follows around, and then because the pen blade is a little bit shorter, it terminates a little farther up than the main blade, and they bring that bottom spring around to show that that well has an earlier termination, and I like that. I think that that's a nice touch. Let's see. The termination on both these springs looks good. It's nice and straight across. Yeah. They did a really good job on these. The aesthetic on these is outstanding. I wonder if through carry and use, that action will really free up. I mean, the talk is a little bit better on the secondary, but you can hear on the primary how it's not very loud. But like I said, I wonder if in carrying the knife and using it, just throwing it in the pocket, not worrying about it, if that would really change. Let's have a look around. So I know this knife is from Grayson Cutlery is marked as 4 1/8. So yeah, it's about 4 1/8 long closed. Three-inch blade overall, and 2 3/4 cutting for the main. And then for our secondary, about 2 3/4 total and 2 1/2 cutting. So 2 1/2 inch pen blade there. So, you know, a significant pen blade. These 54s, this release followed the same pattern as the last one, where in half stop, the springs are sunk. You know, normally you're looking to see if the springs are flush at half or if they're proud. In this case, as with the previous run, they sink in a little bit. So that's interesting. It's something different. Let's see if we've got any gaps. Yeah, a little bit in there. Yeah, a little bit more. Just some grains of sand, nothing major. And of course, nothing that you can see from the outside. From the outside, this is picture perfect. Yeah. This is a popular one. I'm seeing guys, a decent amount of guys in the community carrying this burlap model. A lot of guys really dig it. And it makes sense. I mean, like I said, aesthetically, this knife is just amazing. Let's look at what we have for our tang stamps. We've got Northfield UN-X-LD and Grayson Cutlery Titusville, PA. And then here we've got 541225 and carbon, because the knives are 1095 carbon steel. And I'll tell you what, it is a firm opening. Opens with some authority there. It really snaps into place. I think they did a good job on these. I mean, the 54s, the action on the 54s was always a little strange. So I'm not overly concerned with that. I wish this one was snappier, but I can dig it. Like I said, I'm curious to know what would happen over a long period of time. But what are your thoughts on this? And are you somebody in the community, one of my buddies, who picked one of these up and is carrying them and getting patina on it and everything else? I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.